What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some really big and exciting news to talk about coming out of the League of Legends esports world. I guess this isn't, I guess it is relevant to the LCS. We had yesterday the Mr. Beast versus Ninja show match going on. Been covering this story for the past couple of weeks, how Mr. Beast, was tweeting at Bjergsen like, yo, Bjergsen, hit me up. We got some stuff to talk about. And then he ended up tweeting out like, hey, I want to host a really big League of Legends tournament, or a massive League of Legends event, whatever, and that ultimately led up to not quite a whole tournament, but this show match between Mr. Beast and Ninja, two of the biggest, gaming creators in the world. Ninja maybe not so much these days, but still his brand, his personality is absolutely massive, and a ton of other big names involved, Tyler One, Yasuo, all these guys, and it was building up to be a really exciting and exceptional event, and we'll be going into what happened, but we also have a huge update about the future of Mr. Beast and a potential Beast Gaming coming to not show matches, not tournaments, but actual competitive League of Legends esports. And I think that's for sure the biggest story to come out of this whole thing. So with that being said, let's just get right into this. So here is the thread, the post-match discussion thread from Team Beast versus Team Ninja. Ultimate Crown were the ones that were putting it on. I think this is like Amazon, some type of deal with them. I'm not sure exactly what this was. And honestly, I didn't watch much of it. I don't know. I think show matches can be cool. I think they're fun. I think they're good for the community, good for the personalities. I think it's better if we crossed over, more with some like LCS pros and players crossing over with the streamers and stuff to actually build into the LCS players and teams' brands and all that stuff. Like I'm a little bit shocked that the LCS doesn't do more of this stuff. The LCS players are kind of put in their own box and they're not really allowed to do these other things, or they refuse to do these other things. I'm not really sure, but it was cool that we saw some of these players. And if you look at the two teams, Team Beast, Tyler One, Sapnap, Ninja, Doublelift, and Ludwig. Obviously, Tyler One, challenger player, Doublelift, former pro challenger player. And then you look at Ninja. You got Voyboy, Mizkif, Yasuo, Emiru, and Mr. Beast. Voyboy, obviously very good, former pro, challenger level player. Yasuo, I don't know. I don't even know how much League of Legends he plays these days, but I don't know if he's a challenger level player anymore at this point. Maybe Master, Grandmaster. I'm sure if he grinded, maybe he'd get back up to challenger on Yasuo, but I know last time when he tried like making a run to professional play, I don't know if he ended up getting challenger. I remember him, having like a 45 or 44% win rate at Kali and watching a bunch of that stuff. I believe Emiru's around a diamond level 80 carry, and then Mr. Beast, who people actually said, is better than you might think, but when I looked at these teams, I thought Mr. Beast's team would be the one getting the dub. It seemed like some people were saying that Team Ninja was going to be the favorites or something. I'm not really sure. These are actually flipped around, I believe, because in Game 1, Mr. Beast's team did get the win. Yasuo absolutely popping off on the Victor was really cool. Yeah, this is Team Mr. Beast, obviously with Mr. Beast on it. This is Team Ninja with Ninja on it, of course. So yes, Team Mr. Beast did get the dub in Game 1. Yasuo really popped off on the Victor. Voyboy 12-4 on the Tryndamere was really cool to see. And then what's funny is Emiru, Mr. Beast beating Doublelift and Ludwig, ending up with better scores than them, which is really funny to see. And that was a 33-minute victory for Mr. Beast. And then in Game 2, just an absolute stomp, a 25-minute victory for Team Beast. We had Voyboy going 8-0, Yasuo going 11-3. Just they're two good players, really popping off. Then they ended up having a 50K charity match at the end. This was a best of 3, so they only got to play 2 games, so they decided to play one more game. And in this game, Team Ninja actually was able to get the win. Doublelift decided to go mid. Ninja went 80 carry, went 16-2. Doublelift 8-1 mid lane on the Corki. And overall, this was a really big and interesting event. Obviously, some of the memes coming out of it were like, this event has more viewership than the LCS. And I don't really know what the LCS has been averaging in terms of viewership, but if we go to the Crown Gaming channel analytics or whatever, you can see the peak viewers yesterday was right around 98,000, almost 100,000 viewers for this, which is crazy. And that's definitely, I don't know if it's more than all the LCS games this split, but it's definitely more than a significant chunk of them. And that's for good reason. Obviously, this is just a one-off. This is a show match. This has huge personalities, huge content creators, people that really like. And again, it's just a best of 3. It's just a one-off thing. And the LCS is obviously a whole whole league with a ton of best of ones, and definitely not as big of personalities and players and stuff as was showcased in this. So yeah, it's an easy meme to make that this has more viewership in the LCS, but like it probably should, especially when you're looking at games like Dignitas against Immortals or something like that. But it's not like this like smurfed over the LCS or anything like that. But it is cool to see that if you provide exciting and interesting things going on, that viewership can still rise for North American League of Legends esports events, which is cool to see. But then we also had tons of other stuff coming out of this. I know a lot of people were talking about the production value and stuff of this, and overall it was a really big fun event. Obviously viewership was decent. They got Captain Flowers. They have Avli there. This is cool. A lot of people said it was cool that they had the Twitch chat in the background, which I think is a nice touch. That'd maybe be interesting to see for some League of Legends esports events. But I also don't know how well over that would go, but it at least looks cool. But you see, they did have a little bit of a scuffed broadcast with some stuff going on. They just got into draft really abruptly. They get in, there's this random rectangle on the screen, all this weird stuff going on. So people were kind of making fun of the scuffed production and stuff. Yeah, it is scuffed, but I don't really think it matters that much. It seems like you're just kind of an inexperienced kind of production and broadcast team. People are like, oh, you guys skimped money on the broadcast or production or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I think if you're going to skimp at one place, that's probably where you want to do it, because I don't really think, especially on a one-off event, that you're going to get as high kind of return on investment on your production as you are for maybe some other pieces. So I don't really blame them for that. What I did think was the most annoying, and a lot of people thought was the most annoying, was the observers. And I guess that is kind of part of the production, but I don't think like if the transitions were sparkly and perfect and crisp, like more people would have watched it or we would have made more money. Like, I don't really believe that, but I do believe if the observers did a better job, this event probably would have went over a little bit better. They were missing kills. They were just going all over the place. That part was kind of frustrating. But to me, as a League of Legends esports YouTuber, a guy from the competitive side, I was not the target audience for this. Like I said, I didn't watch much of it. Not really my cup of tea, but I think it's cool. I'm so glad they did it. What I took away from this whole event was this. Evil Geniuses afterwards, they're trying to get in on the hype. They're trying to farm some impressions. They're trying to build this thing up even more and again, help out the LCS along the way, which I think is cool. They dropped this. They said, so at Mr. Beast, when can we expect your LCS team? Because this has been a story that has been going on a lot recently over the past couple of years. Mr. Beast has said it is one of his goals in the future to own a competitive League of Legends esports organization, a competitive esports team, whatever. He said, of course, it's going to be Beast Gaming. But a couple years ago, he said it was going to take a couple years. I don't know if it's because he was so busy, he had too much on his plate, if he needed to start getting together, the funds or the investments and all that stuff. I don't exactly know. But he said it was going to be a couple years away, so they asked him, hey, what is going on here? And Mr. Beast dropped a bomb on us. 5,200 likes. Again, not anything crazy, but this is big, especially for a reply tweet to Evil Geniuses. I don't know how many followers they have. 500,000 followers. It's not really active followers. But he said, very soon. Winky face. And this is, of course, very interesting and very exciting. What does very soon mean? Does very soon mean that Beast Gaming is going to try and make a run at heading to the LCS in 2023? I don't know. It seems possible, especially right now with the overall economy, everything going down. A lot of investors are starting to rethink all their investments, especially their unprofitable investments, which all LCS teams are, or maybe TSM is still claiming they're profitable. I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. At least 90% of LCS teams, seem to be unprofitable at this point. Maybe Cloud9 too. I'm not 100% sure, but still, majority of these teams are losing money. They're losing money fast, it seems, and they're having to cut costs, which is just kind of compounding the issues because you're taking an unpopular brand, competing against big brands, trying to spend less money. You're fighting an uphill battle. So when you look at some of the LCS teams, it's like, would CLG maybe be looking to jump ship? Who knows? Dignitas seems like a big candidate. Immortal seems like the biggest candidate. I think EG, 100 Thieves, Liquid, probably even FlyQuest, Cloud9, TSM, they're all here to stay. But like CLG, Golden Guardians, Team Dignitas, Immortals, like if the LCS lost any of those four teams, like would they be losing much? No, I don't really think so. Are they going to get crazy return on investment going forward? I don't know. I do know that we did see, I believe, the Schalke LEC slot last year when BDS bought it. I think the reported number was around $34 million for an LEC slot. You can make an argument that maybe an LCS slot would be cheaper, maybe it'd be more expensive. Who knows? Obviously, viewership's less, but also, American sponsorships, United States money, all that stuff, that can make stuff worth more. LCS very prestigious. Who knows? But, say it's a ballpark of 30, 40 million. Then you also have to, get facilities, get all the infrastructure. You have to get staff. You have to get players. This ends up being a very, very expensive thing. It could easily be $50 million, something like that. And it's not like Mr. Beast is going to be writing a $50 million check. Obviously, a lot of money would have to come from other investors and other people wanting to get involved in all this stuff. But again, Mr. Beast is saying expect his LCS team very soon. Wooloo getting in on the action as well. This is definitely something we're going to watch out. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean 2023, but I actually think 2023 starts to become a pretty interesting time because it's absolutely, between this season and next season, it's absolutely a time that teams could be looking to jump ship. But I will say, if it's something going to be happening for the 2023 season starts in like January. It's already July. To get a lot of this stuff going, you would have to know pretty early on. You would want to know like August, September, October, maybe at the very latest. So you can go through an offseason, actually have a decent player in lineups, so you can start building out your infrastructure, so you can get the facilities, so you can get all that stuff going. It's not like you can wait till like December and then try and throw a whole team together in 2 months. So maybe 2023, but we're kind of on a short timeline there. Maybe it's looking more and more likely that we could be seeing Beast Gaming in the LCS in 2024. I don't know, but now Mr. Beast has officially dipped his toe into the League of Legends world. He's put on an event. He's gotten to see how it goes. He's gotten to see, the behind the scenes of how this stuff all works. And if he does come into the LCS again, I think it's going to be a very, very big thing. He has a young, huge fan base and audience. He could absolutely bring a youthful and growing audience to the LCS in a lot of big ways. I'd be very, very interested to see how he would go about the kind of content and branding side of his whole team. I think he would be a fun and interesting owner. I think he would be aggressive. I think they would spend. I think they would add so much to what the LCS needs. The LCS right now is full of dying, uninteresting brands and fan bases, and maybe Beast Gaming would fail. Maybe it wouldn't, be able to live up to the expectations that everyone has in their minds, but maybe it would, and I think that shot is at least worth it. And as an LCS fan and somebody, I'm not even the biggest Mr. Beast fan in the world. I don't dislike him, but it's not like I watch every single one of his videos the day it comes out or anything like that. I would still love to have Beast Gaming in the LCS, and I think it would be very, very fun to watch. But we'll have to see what happens. Again, he says expect this thing very, very soon. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. You think Beast Gaming would be a cool idea, bad idea? And when do you think it's going to happen? I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. We'll catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.